Alright, so as you found out, these message boxes, they're handy to prompt the user, tell them what's going on, and get some input from them. But it's very limited. It can only be button presses. Okay, so we can actually do something slightly different, and instead of a message box, we can use an input box. And an input box will let the user put an input in. Alright, so if I just start typing input box, there it's highlighted there, push Shift 9, the open brace, in order to bring up the rest of it. And now you'll see, much like the message box, there's a prompt. So I'm going to say, please enter your age. And then I'm going to push the comma, and what's next? So the next thing is the title. And again, this is optional, but I'm going to put it in anyway. And I will say input required. And I'm going to push the comma, and what's the default response? Well, the default response is if they put nothing in, if they don't do anything, this is what's going to show up. And if I want, I could push comma and put in the X and Y coordinates of where I want the input box to appear, but I'm not going to. The last thing I want you to notice is that this input box, whatever's put into it, is returned as a string. So it's not returned even if you put in a number. All right, the number is actually considered a string by the computer. All right, now in order to collect whatever they put in there, I'm just going to say dim response equals input box, and I'm just going to say MSG box, and I'm going to print the response. Oh, if only I could spell response, sorry. Alright, so I'm going to MSG response. I'm not going to change the keys, and this is what the user has input. Alright, so what you should do is no matter what I put into the input box here will get stored in response, and then the message box will display whatever's in the response. Okay, so hopefully this works. Okay, so you'll notice that 0 is there. Okay, again, that is, according to this code here, the default response. So even if I don't put anything in, if I just click the OK button, see how 0 is stored in response, and it's printed in the message box. Right, now, if I put in my real age, which of course is 25, and click OK, 25 is then stored in response. 25 is put in response, and then the message box displays 25. How cool is that? Alright, so you get the idea of the input box. And again, the input box, it prompts them to enter something. When they enter it and click OK, whatever was entered is put into response. Okay? And I think in the next lesson we'll maybe look at differentiating whether they've clicked OK or cancel. So, go on to the next exercise. Good luck.